The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRCMedia, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
This week on FRCmedia News, Fall River veterans can benefit from additional financial assistance offered by the city. A local restaurant is making hot meals available for free for those on government assistance. And the City Council says goodbye to 2 outgoing members. All this and more coming up. It's Thursday, December 14th, 2023. This is FRCmedia News. I'm Keith Tebow. The City of Fall River is dedicating funds from the American Rescue Plan Act to help city veterans make ends meet. It's also organizing a Veterans Holiday Giveaway. Mayor Paul Coogan and the City Council this fall approved $250,000 be set aside to meet the basic needs of city veterans.
Each veteran can get up to $1,500 a year, so that's this program. And we've had different things. People behind on their utility bills used the whole $1,500. A couple people behind on their mortgage, I was able to at least bring them current. They can get money for groceries too. So, but the $1,500 at this point is our benchmark, the max that we're able to do. So we have enough money to help 160 plus veterans. We need their DD-214, proof of military service, along with, if we're going to pay your rent, we need a copy of your lease. If we're going to pay your utility bills, we want the bills so we can pay them directly. Rather than putting money in a veteran's account. So it just makes it nice and clean and takes care of it.
Veterans have not seen any measurable increases in aid from the state or federal government in recent years, and any additional assistance will help ease the burden of coping with increased costs.
More people who wouldn't have asked for help in the past, who did everything they were supposed to do. They're living on pension, maybe a little bit of Social Security. These things are impactful for them. Young families have needed help with groceries. We have older veterans on fixed income who've needed, every year your rent goes up, and if your income is fixed, you can't deal with that middle portion that's now due, and they worry about that stuff. So I've had some elderly folks say, I can't pay the extra money on my rent. Well, I can. We can help them. So that's what we're here for. And if we can help with the rent, it leaves them more money to buy groceries that they need. Or if I can take care of the utilities, then they can take care of the rent. You know what I mean? It's a give and take, and we should be able to make that difference. So I'm happy that, the mayor and the city council were all for it. We got a unanimous vote on it, and the program happened quickly.
The Veterans Services Department is also lending a hand to veterans during the holiday season.
The staff, we were all sitting in here talking together about what we could do, and there's a lot of places that give the veterans grocery baskets and food, and we wanted to do something a little bit different. Toiletries are expensive, toothpaste, toothbrushes, shampoo, like all of that stuff is so expensive. So we said, why don't we do Christmas stockings? So we're going to fill Christmas stockings. We have socks. We put out for hats and gloves. We have a table full of donations that people have dropped off. We've got gift cards. We are asking the veterans please to pre-register with us if they would. It will give us numbers and make our lives a little bit easier, and we'll be ready for them.
Veterans interested in applying for the Veterans Financial Assistance Program or receiving a holiday stocking can call the Veterans Services Department at 508-324-2432. Donations to the Veterans Stocking Giveaway can also be dropped off at the Veterans Services Department on the 4th floor of Government Center. Distribution of the stockings will take place next Thursday, December 21st, from 3 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. at Government Center. There is a new community organization in Fall River that is dedicated to helping residents in need get connected with the services to enhance their quality of life. Source Hub was founded by Fernanda Silvera and opened up an office 2 months ago at 357 South Main Street, just south of Columbia Street. Ms. Silvera started serving segments of the community 2 years ago, following her work at a local social service agency.
When I started thinking about ways to serve our community and ways to bridging that gap when talking to victims of domestic violence in particular, was from the work I used to do at STAR. I used to work at the Women's Center, and there was such a huge barrier of victims communicating with me. It was, you know, they were afraid, they didn't know if they could really trust me. And the other part was just the exposure when talking to someone that could provide services. So when I created Source Hub, it was a way to connect the community to resources of anything in health, education, housing, and this allows victims to reach out for services. Even if it's for housing or something else, I always offer our services saying, hey, this is what we do. If you're going through a difficult time, if you need any assistance, we also help you with, getting back on your feet and helping you be independent, self-sufficient.
Ms. Silvera says the mission of the organization is to advise and guide all residents, including immigrants, refugees, and asylum seekers, to advocate for themselves in seeking the help they need.
When anyone comes in for service, is not to do the whole thing for them. I believe that if we're capable of doing something for ourselves, there's no need for someone to intervene. So my goal here is to educate them, right? So they're coming in for a raft application, whatever the case might be, I'm gonna help them do the application. I'm gonna walk them through the process, even if it takes me more time to do it, but the satisfaction that gives the receiving party and that motivation to be able to do more and feel accomplished, that they're capable of accomplishing something that they need, I think it's such a rewarding thought that it motivates them to do more. So for me, it's important to always have someone that approaches me to learn something in return. And they're extremely happy when that happens, and that sense of pride is what drives me to do the work that I do.
Source Hub introduces its services to residents through monthly community workshops.
We held the Immigration 101 training, first time home buying class, and also the Narcan training. For next month, we are trying to have the workers' rights workshop, and we're trying to bring at least 3 workshops per month to help the community understand their rights, get connected to different resources, and just understand certain programs in depth. What we like to do is have people understand different informations that sometimes they don't have access to. And when they learn something new, that they can come and have a one-on-one consultation with us and be connected to that service that they're looking for. And usually they will learn about that service because they came here and they learned more in depth about what other program providers are able to offer.
The organization has produced videos on social media to promote its services. Those videos are currently only offered in Portuguese. Ms. Silvera hopes to reproduce the videos to include languages that are native to Fall River. The organization has also received more interest since opening its South Main Street office.
People are starting to walk by, they walk in, so I'm getting that population too that never heard about Source Hub, and now they see the sign out the door, so they come in. But as I said, the majority of my work has been through social media, has been on WhatsApp groups, and I see us growing because now people know that they can go in, they can learn something, they can have a better quality of life because they've been through a training. We recently also had the training for Immigration 101, teaching people about the immigration process, what they can do to change their status. We have a partnership with Mira Coalition where they come in, they do the citizenship applications. So all of that, I think it attracts more clients when they see so many options that we're offering here.
Source Hub is made possible through a grant from the United Way of Greater Fall River and is offered as a free service to all. For more information on Source Hub and how it serves those in Fall River, you can call 508-558-1044. Fall River residents who receive Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program or SNAP benefits can now receive a free meal at Phoenix Coney Island in the South End. The local eatery last month became part of the Massachusetts SNAP Restaurant Program, a pilot project that connects local restaurants with individuals who are unable to prepare their own meals.
So there was a press release that was issued. We saw it, and we saw that the press release said that the Restaurant Meals Program was open to small businesses, and the program is catered towards elderly, disabled, and homeless patrons, and that makes up a large population of our clientele. So the second I saw that, I thought, that's the perfect way for us to be able to help them. So we wanted to definitely get involved. We applied for it, we were accepted into it. We're actually the only store over in this area. There's 27 stores in the pilot program participating. So there's us in Fall River, and then the next closest one is Brockton.
Phoenix has been owned by Ms. Carpenter's family since 1979, with a focus on supporting those who live and work in Fall River.
When my husband and I took over in 2017, I actually made it one of my missions to make sure that we support the community that supports us. So we do a lot of programs, like currently we're running an Angel Tree that supports Child and Family Services. I'm running a drive for Greater Fall River Foster's Closet. In the past, we've done the Angel Tree several years now. We've had family events where characters would come in. We partner with Holy Trinity right down the street. You know, as you can see throughout the building, we have artwork on the walls from the kids at Holy Trinity. We're just constantly doing programs with Holy Trinity to help keep the kids involved. You know, we've run a Fall River History Essay Contest with Holy Trinity where they wrote up essays based on historical subjects in Fall River, and then some of the kids did historical artwork. So it's just definitely something that's very important to us. So again, you know, when I saw it, that it was going to help us support the community that supports us, I definitely jumped right on it.
Ms. Carpenter says the restaurant hosts a special merchant device similar to a credit card machine that can scan residents' EBT cards to purchase meals.
So it is fully paid, and they are available to get anything off of the menu. The only thing that they aren't able to purchase is any of our merchandise, so anything that isn't a hot meal. But yeah, everything is 100% paid. We remove the tax, so it's not taxed. And they just swipe their EBT card, and the total, as long as they have enough money on their card to cover it. They're very kind people, you know. They actually almost feel like they shouldn't be doing it, and then when it actually goes through, they're just so thankful that it went through, that they're actually able to have this opportunity, you know. So far it's been a nice strong start, and I feel like it's just growing stronger every single week, and people are just coming in and saying that, you know, they're able to actually get a hot meal at a restaurant for the first time in a long time, and you know, it just warms my heart when you hear stuff like that.
Ms. Carpenter says 9 other states deploy a similar SNAP restaurant program, including in nearby Rhode Island. She's hopeful the program will continue once the pilot phase is complete. The One South Coast Chamber of Commerce this week held its annual member meeting and celebrated the achievements of local business individuals and organizations. Outgoing board chair Eileen Dennehy reported on the organization's achievements over the past year, focusing on its advocacy work on Beacon Hill on behalf of its members.
As the second largest chamber in the Commonwealth and by far the largest business organization in the region, we have a duty to support the needs of small business in the halls of government. Ours is a voice that needs to be heard, and we have already been effective in exercising that voice. Through our work with the Chamber's Policy Network, a collection of the 10 largest chambers in the state, we have effectively lobbied for tax reform affecting business, as well as cautionary communication with the governor regarding the explosive growth of state budgets. We will soon be gathering together the top 10 administrators of the 19 communities we serve, in part to let them know that we are here to help carry the flag as their perceived and collective needs are addressed in legislative circles.
The Chamber also celebrated 6 individuals and 4 organizations for their outstanding leadership to the community. The Chamber also officially bid farewell to former co-CEO and COO Rick Kidder, who is retiring at the end of the year. The City of Fall River has announced that it will once again offer its Amnesty Trash Collection Week. With the generation of excess trash during the holiday season, the city will collect excess waste outside of the trash carts during the week of December 26th through December 30th. Any questions can be directed to the Department of Community Maintenance at 508-324-2581. We'll have more FRC Media News right after this.
Here are some job descriptions on the latest hot jobs list from the Mass Hire Fall River Career Center. Senior Financial Analyst. Blunt Fine Foods, located at 630 Current Road, is looking for a full-time Senior Financial Analyst, responsible for the planning, analysis, forecasting, and budgeting processes for supply chain operations. Job number 201-02337. Veterinarian. Animal Rescue League of Fall River, located at 474 Durfee Street, is seeking a full-time veterinarian to provide medical care and treatment to a variety of animals, including dogs, cats, and small mammals. Job number 201-02522. Registered Nurse. Fall River Jewish Home, located at 538 Robeson Street, is looking for a full-time registered nurse to provide and coordinate patient care and provide advice and emotional support to patients and their families. Job number 201-03866. Practice Administrator. Star, located at 386 Stanley Street, is looking for a full-time practice administrator. For more information, call 508-679-5222. Diamond Regional Vocational Technical High School, located at 251 Stonehaven Road, has an immediate need for the following full and part-time positions. Mathematics Interventionist, job number 201-03591. Substitute Cafeteria Workers, job number 201-03276. For more information about these or other positions, visit Mass Hire JobQuest at jobquest.dcs.eol.mass.gov or call the Mass Hire Fall River Career Center at 508-730-5000.
Welcome back. The Fall River City Council this week held its final meeting of 2023 and recognized the work of two councilors who attended the meeting for the last time. Councilor Pamela Liberty dropped out of the race for re-election in September and leaves the chamber after serving 8 years in office.
In the last 8 years, I have served under 2 administrations, 4 years each, and I have been through every emotion in this position: happiness, sadness, frustration, disbelief. Those were the Jazel years. I've laughed, I've cried, I've learned. I've learned this position is not easy. I've learned this city has the biggest heart, the people who live here and the people who work here. And I've learned that while the role of the council is legislative, that has never stopped councilors for helping wherever and whenever they can. And I've learned when someone is down or tragedy strikes, this city steps up like no other. While I've learned, I also hope that I've set an example, especially for my children who are here tonight, not to be afraid to speak up for what you believe in. Not everyone will agree with you, and that's okay. You can disagree respectfully. Not everyone will like you. Don't take it personally. I've been called every name in the book, criticized for every type of thing that have nothing to do with this job. My clothes, my hair, my shoes, which are fabulous. I've had people pick it in front of my work, also the Jazel years. You need a thick skin and a healthy sense of humor to do this job. Then the same people who don't like you will reach out to you when they need help. Help them if you can. Not everything is black and white. There are often 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 sides to a story. And sometimes it's okay to remain quiet, to keep your peace, and let people be wrong about you. People have asked me if I'm sad to leave. In the next 2 years, my son Jameson is going to finish middle school and start high school. And my daughters, Paige and Hope, are going to be in their junior and senior years at Durfee High School, and I'm not going to miss a minute of it. Am I sad? Will I miss serving? Absolutely. The good of this position has always outweighed the bad, but it doesn't compare to what I'm going to gain. Thank you.
After announcing earlier this year he would not run for re-election due to health concerns, Councilor Leo Pelletier leaves his post as the city's longest-serving public official. Here are excerpts now of a piece produced by our colleagues at Fall River Government Television that aired during our election night coverage in November, looking back at Councilor Pelletier's career.
Leo Pelletier is battling health issues. He's undergone multiple heart procedures. Shortly after his release from the hospital in May 2023, he returned to Chair 5 to announce that he will not seek re-election.
Thursday before the operation, I told my wife, that's it, I can't take this. Take my wallet, take my keys, put it on a dresser, and call 911. So, went to the hospital, and they said I did have a heart attack around the 28th or 29th. And I went for catheterization the next Monday, and they found 2 stents that were pretty well closed. They put 2 more stents in, and they kept working on me, and they couldn't get the other one open. But after the operation, they come over and they told me, make sure you take it easy.
After 40 years in office, Leo describes himself as a diligent public servant, a budget cruncher who reviews finances line by line.
When I first started, first 4 or 5 meetings, and one person in the audience says, this guy is a fish out of water. Well, maybe I was. But you learn, and you get better, and you get better. And I was going to say something. I didn't say it because I thought, the other guy said the same thing I was going to say. What the hell? I can't be that wrong.
Leo left school after 9th grade to assist his mother, a Canadian immigrant. He and his wife, Debbie, have been together 40 years and own a beautiful, updated apartment building on Peckham Street.
Yeah, look at this. Look at the job this guy did.
But everybody remembers the bus.
Oh, the bus is...
oh, my God.
Leo ran each campaign similarly, door to door and shaking hands. He misses old-style politics of personal conversations at coffee hours and chow mein dinners.
A lot of the high-rises, they would go in and feed them. They only feed maybe 30, 40 people, but they go in there and then you get to know them. And that's it, but they don't do that anymore as well. They don't do it.
Every family vacation was planned to accommodate his civic responsibilities, and he prides himself on brevity.
You can have an issue that would take this guy 15, 20 minutes. I can do it in 4.5, 5 minutes. Get to the point. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we should do. And that's it. And you ain't going to change my mind. I mean, nobody's going to tell me how to vote.
Leo is the longest-serving elected official in Fall River, recognized beyond city boundaries. He's boisterous, quick-witted, and compassionate.
So the word is I'm staying, and we're going to take it from meeting to meeting. And with that, I appreciate you guys listening. Thank you.
And finally this week, you may have seen the latest mural sponsored by the Fall River Arts and Culture Coalition adorning the outside of the Pearl Street garage that faces Milliken Boulevard. We had the opportunity this fall to speak with artist B.K. Fox, who was hired by FRAC as the lead artist for the public art project.
I chatted with FRAC and some members of the city, and what we came up with was to do the theme on family. And so I designed something that was essentially personal to me based on that. And that's what's really cool, is being able to leave my thing that is very personal to me, but then other people can relate to it too. I'm very close with my dad. I always have been. He's my best buddy in the world, you know, and he's had cancer the last 7 years. This is a little bit of a tribute to him, but it's also not the first one I've done. This is kind of the first time I've had an allowance to do it in this setting. And so this is my boyfriend's friend, Nick, and his daughter, who is, I think she's like 4, that I took pictures of, that modeled for me. And yeah, we got a really good image of the two of them to kind of give you that feeling of, for me, what I have with my dad, which is the most safe, secure, best feeling of seeing that person, you know, that you want to jump into their arms and feel like everything's okay. It's around the corner. It's on the parking garage. It's tall and thin as it is, and then wrapped around the corner, and they wanted the image to encompass all of the wall space that they had, which is what I tend to do. So it's a challenge to think of the painting as a 3D painting instead of 2D, you know, over the both surfaces. And then it's very rough brick and has the inset, so those are challenges unto itself. Anytime I get the chance to really express myself and put up something, an image that I get to construct and it's personal to me, and then I see people respond to it, it's the best. It's the kind of the ultimate acceptance. You don't have to know that I painted it. You don't have to ever see me. You don't have to ever tell me personally that you like it. Just to kind of sneak up behind people and see their reactions, especially when they don't know it's you who did it, is just the ultimate validation.
We'll wrap up this edition of FRC Media News right after this.
Hi everyone, welcome to Hot Dogs and Cool Cats. Today with me I have Ziva. Ziva, sit. Ziva is a 19-week-old Pit Bull Terrier mix. She is going to be a typical puppy. She is good with cats. She's going to be good with children over 12. Ziva's going to be needing obedience training. Ziva down, just because she is so young. Ziva, sit. Yes. Ziva is in your pocket type of dog. She's super sweet, looking to please, definitely a very fast learner. We pretty much were just working with her, seeing what she knew, and she immediately caught on to sit. Definitely very food motivated, loves her toys, anything that makes noise and is squeaky. If you're interested in coming to meet Ziva or interested in adopting, definitely reach out to Forever Paws Animal Shelter. We are located at 300 Linwood Street in Fall River, Mass, so come down and meet Ziva. With me today I have India. India is a year-old short-hair cat. India was brought in as a stray. She's been with us for a little while now. India can be a little sassy woman, so we do ask that India be the only animal in the house and come here, have no kids. Otherwise is super sweet. I think she'd make a great snuggle bug. Great cat for someone looking for their first-time cat. If you're interested in coming to visit India, visit our website, foreverpaws.com, and fill out an application. Give us a call and make an appointment. We are located at 300 Linwood Street in Fall River, Massachusetts, and this is India.
That's all for this edition of FRC Media News. Please visit our website, frmedia.org, for all the latest news and local information. FRC Media News airs Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Fridays at 5:30 p.m. For all of us here at FRC Media News, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Thursday.